After each town council meeting, the staff sits down and records a quick recap, highlighting the public meeting. The complete meeting can be found on the town of Avon, Indiana's YouTube page, but this podcast is designed to give you a simple overview to help keep you informed about what is happening. The Avon, Indiana Town Council meets twice a month at Avon Town Hall. A full schedule of their public meetings can be found online at avonindiana.gov.
What's up, Town of Avon? This is Angel Gino, the Marcom manager here at Town Hall, and today I'm with
Ryan Cannon, town manager.
Today we're going to be talking about the Town Council meeting that happened last night, May 14th. Actually, Ryan, there was a lot that happened last night, but we'll get into that later. Correct?
I don't know. Did something happen last night?
Not last night. Last afternoon, before the council meeting.
Oh, that's true.
Before and during council meeting, there was some big stuff happening.
You always surprise me with stuff, Angel. No, you're right. There was.
There was. We'll talk about that right after we get into this quick.
All kinds of exciting stuff going on in the town of Avon.
Here you go, Ryan. Take it away.
All right. Thanks, Angel. You sounded super formal today in the intro. It kind of threw me a little bit.
I really did.
Well done. Very professional. I appreciate that. So yes, last night we did have a town council meeting, and we started off with an excellent celebratory presentation. The Indianapolis Metropolitan Planning Organization, Anna Gremling was in attendance to our meeting to do a check presentation. And so the town of Avon was awarded $7,322,000 and some change.
Wow.
Yeah. To continue the next phase of the Dan Jones widening project, which will be Dan Jones Phase 5, which will be from Bradford Road to the entrance of the Fairwood subdivision. So we're continuing that widening of Dan Jones Road, which is outlandishly expensive. So you're welcome for all of you who think traffic out there is terrible and you want roads widened. We are spending lots and lots of money to address these. And of course, we would not be able to do that without the support of the Indianapolis Metropolitan Planning Organization. The MPO is the distributor of the dollars it's actually federal funds, but then we do an exchange with the state. So it's not technically federal funds, but it's the equivalent of federal funds to do major capital road improvements. And the MPO distributes those funds for the whole 9-county area. So it's a very competitive process. If you're interested in learning more, you can go to the the streaming, and listen to Anna's presentation. I think she said there were 200 projects that were submitted at over like $275 million.
That's a lot. Yep.
And they only had $75 million to distribute. So it is a great honor to be awarded this funds. And certainly these kind of projects can't happen without the MPO and the state's support. So we appreciate that. So that's very exciting. That project will be in 2029. So even though we were awarded the funds, you're going to have to wait a little bit for us to design it and buy all the right of way and everything. So
be old by then.
You will be old. I could be retired by then, Angel. So
oh my gosh.
You may be town manager by then and in charge of that.
No one can ever replace you, Ryan.
Yes, they very replaceable.
No.
Then we did have our consent agenda. Not very exciting there. We did have a public comment. We had a resident who got up and expressed a concern about the volume from Ale Emporium and some other impacts to the adjacent property owners. We have gotten several complaints on that, and Ale Emporium has been great and cooperative. The property owners have all been working with our code enforcement, and we're trying to be good neighbors to each other and kind of work through this issue of volume. At the same time, we're certainly happy to have Ale Emporium in our community, and so we'll work with the property owners in Ale to come up with a solution that works for everybody there. So appreciate that property owner bringing this concern. They were very polite. I wish
that was the nicest public comment I've witnessed. But it just goes to show that if you come out with good intentions and with a good attitude, good outcomes come.
In a desire to work together. He's not mad at Ale Emporium.
He was very respectful.
Some privacy. And so
shout out to that resident.
Yeah, shout out to him. And a note to all of you that if you want help from the town, it always works better for you to be kind and polite.
We are also human. We
We
have
are.
feelings.
Yes. And it makes it more willing to want to help you when you are kind to us as well. So
Again, we are human. We are not robots.
we are not. Maybe one day we will, but not today. We did have department updates on the agenda. Again, as always, if you're interested in hearing those, you can go and listen to the live stream. I will mention one thing. Chief Stoops brought this up during his presentation and shared some beautiful words during his update. But this week is Law Enforcement Week. So shout out to all of
Shout
our
out to
police
our PD.
officers, not only our Avon awesome officers, but
Our county,
our county, our
sheriffs,
sheriff, our state police, and
everyone
everybody
in the county.
who is out there protecting us and making our community safe. Thank you to all
Shout
of
out
them.
to all our police officers.
Yes. So thank you, Chief Stoops, for bringing that to everybody's attention. Appreciate you guys. So we did have some new business. One of a program that we offer is the Avon Youth Civic Engagement Council. This is a group of young people who at the high school, it's a program at the high school, and the town facilitates this program for kids to be involved in civic participation and involvement. And so the president of that organization, Nancy, I'm going to mess up her name. I'm sorry, Nancy. It's Nancy Oregon, I think. I don't.
You
again,
got this.
Sorry, I was close.
We're sorry,
I'm going to go with
Nancy.
Nancy, but Nancy gave a beautiful presentation. I'm always so impressed when I get to hang out with these kids, how sharp they are. And I remember when I was in high school, if I had to stand up in front of a town council, I probably would have cried.
I probably would have found a way to get out.
Yeah.
Public speaking is
She
not
did a
fun.
beautiful job, well-spoken young woman, and
You got a bright future,
represents
Nancy.
Avon well, and so super excited to have her at the meeting again. If you'd like to learn more, and then kind of the administrator of that program for us was Jim Ditto, and he shared a few words as well.
I'm definitely gonna have to learn more. Maybe I'll put my brother in that.
Yeah, he should totally be involved. He'd be great. But as I mentioned, strengthening civic participation. She talked about growth of their organization. They did a cleanup event at the high school. They registered voters before the referendum. So they did a lot of great things. Civic participation is important, just like we talked earlier about our resident. Appreciate him being involved as well. And so we want to keep our young people engaged as well. So fantastic job, Nancy, and everybody else who are members of our Youth Civic Engagement Council. After that, we had a presentation from Wright Gymnastics, which is proposing to go at 8170 Kingston Street. They are requesting a rezoning. A portion of the property is zoned industrial, and the rest of the property is zoned commercial. It's technically classified as a commercial use, so they have to get that rezoned to a commercial use. And so they did a brief introduction to the town council. Not anything real controversial or anything like that, but town council had a couple of minor questions. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. And sometimes we have kind of these weird little things in our zoning, and this is just kind of one of those, but we still have to kind of clean them up. So they did an introduction of that zoning amendment. If you're interested in learning more about that, it will be on our Plan Commission later this month. So check out our calendar. And if you're interested in more, either watch or attend that Plan Commission meeting and learn more about Wright's Gymnastics. We did also have 3 resolutions. We had accepting a drainage easement from the Washington Township Library. The library is doing an expansion, and part of that was that they had, in order for the town to be able to inspect and make sure that there's no illicit discharge and that the drainage system is working properly, we have to be provided an easement. And so this was just to accept the drainage easement from the library. The town council did approve that resolution 2026-13. The next resolution was affirming no excess assessed value. And what that is in our TIF districts, which are managed by our redevelopment commission, they have to determine if there's enough projects in order to warrant the continued receipt of those TIF funds. If there's not enough projects, then we have the ability to pass the assessed value through to other taxing entities, meaning the school, the township, the county, and the library, uh, that they would then be able to use to be able to pay for their services. The determination made by the Redevelopment Commission was that there was no excess assessed value. We have a pretty healthy backlog of projects in our capital improvement plan. We just mentioned one earlier, the Dan Jones widening project. Our TIF districts, or at least one of our TIF districts, has been paying for most of the Dan Jones widening projects. And so, like I said, those projects are very expensive, and so we need those funds. Also, the new Civic Center is paying for that. We talked about purchasing the new substation and training facility for our police department. All of those things have been paid with TIF. So those are all the kind of projects that why we don't have any assessed value to be able to pass through. So that resolution also passed. The last one is, I probably won't do a great explanation of it, but we did a developer purchase bond for an economic development project called Avon Landing, which is on Ronald Reagan Parkway, where the Sephora is located. When we do these developer purchase bonds, there is a party, but on occasion they may sell it or they may transfer ownership to an LLC or something like that. So in this situation, there were two property owners, or there are two parties to our original agreement, and they're now going to one, and one's going to assume the same responsibilities. It doesn't change anything for the town, but the documents have to reflect the actual owners. And so in this case, the town council had to approve the modification of those agreements, and they did so and approved that resolution 2026-15. We did also have two ordinances. Both were introductions. The first one is the Riverwalk District. And the Riverwalk District is actually, it's creating a Riverwalk District, and why we've called the Riverwalk District. It was tied to this particular provision in the Indiana Code, which allows additional liquor license to an area along rivers and creeks. And so normally you are limited to the number of liquor licenses in your community based on your population, and those changes only happen when they do a census. And so at some period of time, there may there actually, I think at the moment, there are no liquor licenses available in Avon. Now, in order for us to redevelop and do projects like our Riverwalk District, which is going to be our new town center project where our Civic Center is located, we wouldn't be able to get restaurants into there unless we created this district. So from the very start, when this was part of our plan, we envisioned that we would do this Riverwalk District. And so that the town, what will happen if anyone wants a liquor license in the Riverwalk District, they'll have to apply to the town, and the town will make a recommendation to the ATF, and the ATF can award liquor licenses outside of that per capita requirement. So this allows us to add additional restaurants. The ordinance is specific to restaurants, breweries, entertainment venues, and wine shops, and which is what the town council has dictated of what they want to attract to that Riverwalk District. So this was just an introduction of that ordinance. It does have to be within 1,500 feet of a river, which the Riverwalk District is. There's an exhibit in there if you want to go look at it and see where the Riverwalk District will be. But again, this was introduction of that ordinance, and so the town council will consider the final reading at their next meeting. The final one is an introduction of an ordinance amending our building administration fees. Our building department has done a review of our building fees. This is if you need to pull a building permit, a re-roof permit, a sign permit, any of those permits.
Fencing.
Fences, yes, anything like that you would actually need a building permit for. These are those fees for. And so we last changed those in 2019. And so every few years we do a reevaluation of those. These fees have to reflect the actual cost that it takes the town to be able to provide those services. So our building department did an analysis to determine whether those fees were reasonable. And certainly, unfortunately, I know people never like fees to go up, but our payroll costs go up, our health insurance goes up, our liability insurance goes up, the cost of trucks goes up, the cost of gasoline goes up. So as all those things go up, the cost for us to be able to provide those services also go up. And so in order to continue to maintain the level of service that we provide, we do need to amend those fees from time to time. And so this is the recommendation from staff. It was an introduction, but you're welcome to go review those, and the town council will consider those for final reading at their second meeting of May. So both of those ordinances were introduced, and that was the whole meeting, Angel.
That was it.
That was it.
I was looking up on my next segue into the farmer's market, but I guess I have no segue. Ryan, when's the next meeting?
Oh, that's disappointing. Well, we didn't talk about the super exciting thing that happened.
When's the next meeting?
Oh, May 28th. I got ahead of you?
Yeah. No, not really. Actually,
Okay.
I totally forgot about the super exciting thing that just happened, even though I'm the one that brought it up. But, Ryan, what was the super exciting thing that happened right before our town council meeting?
We did a groundbreaking
We did a groundbreaking. On what, Ryan?
on the pickle patch.
What is the pickle patch?
The pickle patch is going to be one of 3 new park improvements that we're doing.
One of 3.
One of 3. And it's going to be pickleball courts.
So you're telling me we're not going to look at a bunch of rocks and dirt
We
anymore?
aren't. All of you who drive up and down Avon Avenue and who are tired of looking at those old tennis courts in front of Evergreen.
Yes.
Did I get that right?
Yes.
I still want to call it Intermediate East. I'm sorry.
Me too.
Sorry, school corporation. Those tennis courts will be ground up, and that will become our new pickle patch, which is, again, 8 pickleball courts. It's going to be a beautiful facility. And we can't wait for people to be out there playing pickleball as we drive by all the time.
I've read some of the comments online, Ryan, because I just posted the whole ribbon cutting photo op thing.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did, like a few hours ago.
Did people say nice stuff, or did they say mean stuff
there
about
is
us?
some questions you may be able to answer for them.
Oh, I love answering questions.
Will there be lights?
There will not be lights.
So when is the cutoff time usually?
Our park hours are always dawn to dusk, and that's what we prefer people not to be out
There
after
at
dark.
night.
And so all of our park hours, so the park hours will apply at the pickle patch as well.
Will we ever have future lights up there?
We could. That may be something that if we hear that there is a desire for people to do that.
I believe
the
there's
one
a
thing
huge
about-
desire.
There is a huge desire,
I
really.
think people like going in
After
the evening.
hours?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Oh, I like to sit on my couch and watch TV. Is that not what everybody else does?
No,
Oh,
not all.
well, good for them.
I know, right? So way to stay active, Town of
People in our
Avon.
community.
You
Are
guys
so,
are
yeah.
awesome.
Hey, way to meet our mission.
But yeah,
Love that.
so to answer your guys' question, no, there will not be lights currently, but possibly in the future.
We could always add them in the future.
We can always add them in the future. That's a simple. Let's put up a poll.
Yeah, there's something we could probably figure out. It
Now-
wouldn't be terribly hard.
Now, like, obviously, we also got to be aware of our neighbors, right? You know, we are next to a school. We are also next to some houses. We also have to follow our own rules, which is based off the UDO, right? And
That's right.
all
Yep.
that. So, yes, although it might seem like it's easy to put a pole into a ground and put a light up, now there's stuff that goes underground that we don't necessarily see.
It's actually way harder than just putting up a pole.
Yes. So, with that, that's the same thing that happens in road closures and road construction. Although there may be.
Oh, I see you, Angel.
You
I see
my
what you're
segue?
doing.
Oh, thank you, Ryan. Thank you for acknowledging that. But yeah, although there are a lot of road construction happening here in the town of Avon, and some may look like nothing's happening at all, but there's signs up that says that there's road construction. There is stuff happening underground. As Ryan educated me as well, there is stuff like when we say there's utility work happening, there is utility work underground. There's like electrical lines, there's water lines, there's numerous of gas lines and stuff that we don't necessarily see happening, but these contractors are working hard to get it done. Now, before anything gets done on the surface, they have to relocate and fix everything underground. So that is little educational piece for everyone that is wondering
that was great,
why.
Angel.
Why?
Well done.
Yeah, exactly. Again, I'll put out posts there to educate everyone and stuff. But if you are listening to a podcast, you get the firsthand educational piece on it. But it will be coming out this weekend too. So.
And it is fair, Angel, and this is Angel and I were talking about this earlier this week, and she just did a wonderful job of summarizing what I said. Some people have expressed frustration with a couple of road projects, particularly the Dan Jones project and the Raceway Road project that's closed. And some people have expressed frustration that they're not moving ahead more quickly.
Right.
But the reality is, as Angel just explained, there is work going on. It's underground, and so you may not see people out there rebuilding a road, but that's because they can't build a road until the stuff that's underground is moved.
Right.
And so the town is very sensitive to the impact of these closures. Raceway, for example, was delayed 6 months because we didn't want to impact the businesses that were around that area. But
We
even
care about
delaying
our
it 6
business.
months, even after delaying it 6 months, utilities still are
We
not
still
done.
have to, yeah.
And unfortunately, the law doesn't allow us to force them to move. We have to continue to work with them to try to get them to move, get out of the way so that we can then get our road work done. So we apologize for the inconvenience. We appreciate it. We understand it.
Yes.
We are working and are continuously working to get those projects moving and get them done as quickly as possible.
And that's the same thing with the Riverwalk district, correct, Ryan?
That's right. Yeah. Same thing. We're going
working.
as diligently and as quickly as we can, and
Yeah.
it'll in the end it's done when it's done. So
It's done when it's done. And that's the same thing that happens with INDOT. Now on US 36, they are doing concrete patching, correct, Ryan?
they are doing concrete patching. They've moved on to phase 2 of the project, which is from 525 to west to Danville.
I kind of put him on the spot on
You did put him on the spot.
that.
So they're working on phase 2, and then phase 3 will come after that. So for those of you who are celebrating that they removed the barricades from Avon Avenue to 525, they will come back when they do phase 4.
That's the thing with road construction, right? We listen to your guys' complaints and concerns about, oh, there's potholes here, this road doesn't seem even and whatnot. In order for that to get fixed, it has to get worse before it gets better. By worse, I mean obviously there's going to be lane closures, there's going to be road closures, there's going to be intermittent lane restrictions and stuff. But at the end of the day, this is all to improve our roads so that we get less and less complaints, correct? This is all for the community, whether it's INDOT, whether it's us, whether it's the county, or whoever it is that's working on it. For example, on Dan Jones, the bridge, that is actually not the town of Avon. That all the bridges in the town, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ryan, is the county.
The county, yeah.
Yes.
The county's doing the Dan Jones
So
Bridge
yeah,
project.
I saw on comments that people are wondering when is that going to get done. It's a mess and whatnot. But at the end of the day, it's really not on the town of Avon's timeline. It's the county. Now, we're not trying to throw the county under the bus, but they are working diligently to get it done for everyone. And we are coordinating with them to make sure that, the traffic flows smoothly.
We're really not trying to purposely torture anybody.
We're not trying to gridlock everyone.
Angel lives in Avon. I
We
live in
all
Avon. We drive around too.
I say 90% of the town staff lives in Avon.
Yeah.
So
And nobody thinks it's funny just to torture you and make your commute longer.
trust me, we
are
complain
doing
too.
our best to get it done and to do it in the best way
And-
to support
yeah.
our community.
And
So,
there is sometimes miscommunication, and it happens because we are all human, and it happens. But we try to communicate it as much as possible. So if you are trying to stay updated, please sign up for our notification system at avonindiana.gov/alerts. Again, that's avonindiana.gov/alerts. We send out information as soon as we get it. Now, whether that's information is right away or it's a bit delayed, that's not the point. We send it out as soon as we get that email. Now, if you want to look up more up-to-date updates on road construction or park events or any planning upcoming businesses, please look up at avonIndiana.gov/road work map. Now, there's different types of maps that you can search that is up there. Yeah, we update that as well as soon as we get the information. We're all trying to work together, work as a community, and work as one. To try to make this a smooth, easy process of making the town of Avon the greatest town in Indiana, which we're trying to get it up there. So
We're working on it.
we're working on it. Well, speaking of which, that we're working on June 2nd is the Avon Farmers Market opening day. Now I heard they're gonna have strawberry shortcakes. So
Yum.
and I've had a taste of it, and it's super worth it. So please come by at the Avon Farmers Market June 2nd from, give me a second, 4 to 7 p.m. It's located in the parking lot of Hendricks Regional Health on US 36. So it's on the east side of Dan Jones intersection. So come out. It's always a fun time. You get to, if you get lucky, you get to see me. If not, you get to see our parks event staff. They're all super nice. Get some freebies. Enjoy the food. Enjoy the fresh produce. Everything that the farmers market has to offer. I think it's worth it to come check out. So, right here.
It's
Do it.
awesome. There's all kinds of great food,
Yeah.
great vendors.
Yep.
Come out and see us.
Awesome stuff.
It's fun.
Well, Ryan, can you wow, I'm just going to say, can you re-say when the next meeting is?
May 28th, 7
May 28th,
p.m.
7 p.m. There is no work session on that day. So we'll see you guys then. We hope you guys stay warm and stay dry, especially in this rainy, late spring season. But we hope to see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to smile. See ya.